Hey guys, it's Control back here with another Wild Basics video. Today we're going to be going over Eggro Druid. Call it Eggro because it's Aggro Druid with the inclusion of Nubian eggs, so it's kind of close to the good old Egg Druid deck that I used to love and play a lot. Main differences are you just don't play Dragon Egg right now because Dragon Egg sucks into Defile and you really just don't want to have to deal with that at all. So instead we run other 1-drops, new ones like Dire Maul are really sweet. Somewhat new ones like Glacial Shard are also cool as well. Just ignoring minion combat for a little bit is nice. Freezing cards is good. So that's why you run that. Probably the most interesting thing about this deck is the fact that 1, it's an aggro deck that can slot in Nubian eggs again. And 2, has double Spellbreaker, which isn't super normal for this deck. Usually in that slot you'll have Defender of Arguses to kind of buff up your minions. But in the current metagame we're seeing right now, there's a lot of stuff you want to silence. Think like buffed up Nubian eggs from Aggro Paladins or Righteous Protectors, or Void Lords or Void Callers from the Warlock lists, or even say like an Obsidian statue from Big Priest. So it's basically just like a lot of uses for silence in the current metagame, and Spellbreaker as a 4/3 is a decent body and definitely more valuable than Iron Beak Owl in this deck. So we run 2 of them. Generally, Aggro Druid just plays very aggressively early on. It kind of is very similar to its name, Aggro. What you like to do is spread pretty hard and just go all in on your AoE buffs, so Mark of the Lotus and Power of the Wild. Sometimes you'll be able to just go really tall on a minion like Haunted Creeper with double Mark of Viscerage to buff it up a lot that way. Then you look to close the games with Savage Roar on the early to mid game. And if you can't do that, you want to dump your hand, draw the Jeeves, or you just want to go for Living Mana and refill your board. If you guys don't know what Jeeves does, this is probably the most interesting wild exclusive card of the deck. Jeeves is a 4-mana 1/4 at the end of each player's turn that player draws until they have 3 cards. So really, really cool wild specific card that really just suits this deck and actually makes it really fun to play and interesting. Gives you that refill you need to really just beat up some of the slower decks in this format. It's a pretty good brief introduction to the list, so let's hop into some games now. It's kind of like a dream, I guess. You know, you can hope that it'll be good, but it's just not, unfortunately. Let's get the deck tracker up as well. Paladin can be okay. The issue is they kind of have like a faster living mana that doesn't make them lose their mana crystals, being called arms. 2 1-drops is good. They're usually what you want in the beginning of the game. So this is really good with the single target buff. This is really good. Single target buff as well. 1/3s are really nice to buff up to 3/5s. I mean, I just like 1-drops on this deck, so I think I'm just going to keep both. Yeah, 1/3 is a very, very good style line against aggressive Paladin decks. Nice, so you have plays for the first 2 turns. That's good. Actually going to start off with the Dire Maul now that we draw the mark as well. Sticking that on a beast on turn 2 when you're on the play is one of the strongest starts you can possibly have with this deck. It's really good.
The light dims, but we fight.
So into the Protector, exactly, it's not actually that strong. So I think I'm just going to play Finley and Living Roots to spread here actually. Save the Enchanting Ring because this will die to Muster for battle and I don't want it to. I like Fire Blast. Do I like it more than Dagger though? Probably not, actually. Dagger's really nice because you get 2 swings with it. Yeah, I like Dagger more. Good start to the game so far, though. Really spread out. Basically just fulfilling exactly what we want to do with this deck. The bot. Okay, mini-bot's very manageable, fortunately. Druid of the Storm is great. Gonna slam that card in the top mode here and play Raven. And bump there, just go face. Yeah, let's play around Rallying Blade. It's still a clear, but the difference between a 3/3 and a 2/2 is kind of a big deal.
The light dims.
And then the board. Good stuff. It's nice that we played around that. It's just, yeah, beneficial that we did. So we can mark plus a dagger this turn, which is good. Ooh, we might want to Power the Wild instead. Maybe not, actually. It's not really that good in this board set. I feel like dagger is just straight up better. It's kind of funny. So we do want a single target buffalo, do we actually? Maybe power is still just better. Dagger, trade. I mean, we can just value trade. That's basically what you want to do with this deck too, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. I can get behind it. Logic being that this guy does not run Consecration in his deck, because that's not a good card in fast Paladin decks right now. So that's what my whole argument is like hinging on, basically. Is the fact that he just shouldn't be running Consecration. And even if he does, it should only be a 1-of, and he's drawn 8 cards, so. Call to arms. No call to arms. Wow, okay, that's good. It's also not playing our Knife Juggler, which you could argue is really bad. Not necessarily wrong about that at all. But I just kind of have balls, I guess. I just kind of have balls. So I probably want to trade the creeper. We might also just want to go face, so we'll just do this first. See what's up. Shard's really good here. Super, super high value glacial shard. One key example of this is it just protects my 2-1. And let's just go face. I am almost always going to have the mana to re-dagger next turn, so I'm just going to swing face. Almost always.
None may steal.
Keeper's good. He gets to trade the 5-3. Get a 4-4. We still have 7 power on board and a lot of outs here. So we're actually just 1 off lethal with this. What do we want to buff up? The creeper, do we want to pop? Yeah, kind of. So I guess we buff up the creeper because we want to pop. And Jeeves, wonderful. Okay, so we're actually fine being 2 off here even though Dagger sets up 2 turn. Because Jeeves is just really aggressive. And we're just going to go all face. And this is kind of the power of the card here. As he blinks, we're going to draw 3 cards, and when the turn starts, we're going to draw 1 more. So assuming no taunt, which he shouldn't have because he's played 2 Righteous Protectors now. Savage Roar will always be lethal this turn. Same with Living Roots. Otherwise, we just need 1 damage after the dagger. But the thing here is he has to clear the whole board, and that's really hard for him unless he does run Consec. And he just shouldn't be doing that. And based on that, we should just get the W now. Good stuff. Yeah, favor does nothing. Good game. I think we're 5 stars now, guys. 1 more win and we get Legend. Legend with Eggro Druid. Can we do it? I mean, I don't think it's really a question. It's just gonna happen, you know? Okay, boys. Let's get it. Okay, Paladin for the final boss here on our road to Legend.
Fight with honor.
You don't need to say asterisk day 27 in Europe, dude. I live in Canada. You don't say the time zone. You don't go, oh, it's 10 p.m. on the 26th in Canada right now. Oh, but it's the 26th in Toronto, or the 27th in Toronto. You don't have to give me the asterisks as far as the day goes and try and be a smartass. So I like coin Creeper into Mark a lot. I think Living Roots is a good card in the matchup too, so I'm going to keep it. Shard's actually honestly not that bad either.
Keep on controlling their faces.
The whole hand you can work with. Thank you, Rakuri. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the 2 months, dude. I will keep on controlling their faces. You know it, dude. I honestly feel like this can just be a full keep hand. Because the Shard is just so good in denying a trade with like a mini bot, for example. But at the same time, there's just better stuff in the deck than this. I do like the Living Roots a lot, though, so I'm going to keep that. Mark of the Lotus is the hard nuts. It's exactly what you want when you're playing this deck. The hard nuts. Could actually coin Ruby and Egg here. And then go Living Roots plus Mark of the Lotus. It's very likely we pick up a 1-drop for turn 3 with 2 draws. So I think I like this line a lot. Just buffing up the egg and activating the trade's really good because you can get value into the Divine Shield minions or the tokens in this matchup. Tokens being the Silver Hand recruits. So Haunted Creeper, so we can just buff into that, bump into it, sorry, and it's really good. I do almost just like this play more. Where you just play the 2-2 now, because the Haunted Creeper is not very aggressive, right? Wow, that's a bad turn. That is not what he wants to do there if he wants to win. I don't think we ever go for the greedy line, right? No, we should just Living Roots plus Power of the Wild here. Power of the Wild, trade into the 1-1 Silver Hand recruit and go face for 2. The big pro that we have over Aggro Paladin is our starts are more explosive. That being said, though, cards like Call to Arms can really just swing the game in his favor. Yeah. Really, really easy. Just because the power of his cards now is much higher than ours, unfortunately. Still manageable and the game's not over, though. So, don't count us out yet. Just the value trades are going to be a little bit tougher to get. So there's a couple things we want to do here. We want a Creeper and we want a Lotus, but we also want to play Mark of Yosiraj. So it might be something like... Trade. Creeper, then buff that. I want him to commit the Blessing of Kings so then I can silence it, because Blessing of Kings don't get removed right away. And I don't want a Lotus because I can Spellbreaker plus Lotus next turn. You could also argue that Spellbreaker just plus trade is good, but I feel like I just want to pop my Nerubian. Is that even beneficial if we're thinking about that exact line? I might just want to do this, and then this. That's probably better, right? Just value trade with this? I feel like that's better right now. If we're thinking about Blessing and Kings, but Spellbreaker is equally as likely. So it's hard to say. We definitely want to play the Creeper, though. We could even just, like, Hero Power. Trade. I actually like that. Over the Mark. It's kind of weird. My thought process has kind of been all over the place this turn, sorry. I'm not, like, explaining these super well, but there's a lot of different lines to this with. So my end thought there's just value getting, you know, kind of some value. I value getting value from the hero power, and I like developing both the creepers just because I have Lotus in the hand. I don't really want to play there, to be honest, just because my hero power is so good there and popping the Divine Shields. And I just want to bait him to play the Blessing of Kings to trade into the Nerubian. Yeah, beautiful. Because then my Spellbreaker does a lot and he doesn't get a Nerubian. So then like it's kind of like the end result is we both lose our stuff, but it's not really a huge deal for me. So we silence, pop the creature because the AoE pop on 2 means is more valuable than 1. Play the Lotus, and then trade the 0-2. This via second Kings, it's a 4-6, he gets the value trade. I don't want him to get a value trade. So we trade. Yeah, him having a 1-1's not a big deal. Cold Arms number 2. It's really rough for us that he got that. Ridiculously rough. Really good juggles as well for him. That one's not good, but the fact that he juggled the 2-1s is really bad. Jeeves is really good. Do we ever not Jeeves this turn and just mark Nerubian Hero Power? I think that we just pass on Jeeves this turn. I like developing the 1-2s over Hero Power, because it means almost every card in my deck, you know, except for Jeeves, Spellbreaker, and Living Mana, will be played with the Jeeves next turn. So I'm just going to trade here, and then trade the Joker. It's gonna be really fun. Okay. I really just like playing the tokens because I feel like Sunkeeper would be one of the best ways for him to get back in the game otherwise. So I feel like this is just strong. Plugomancer is fine, it's not a big deal for me. On a secret, interesting, okay. Does he trade the Creeper? I don't think he wants to. It doesn't even seem good for him to do. Yeah, I wouldn't really like to see him do it. So I think that's fine what he did in the end. But the Nerubian Egg here is really good with the Power of the Wild. So we can Jeeves just to do this. Go Weird the pack. Trade into 1-1, see what's up. It's probably gonna be damage. Yep. It's a 6-4, that's thick. So we can just trade here, and then trade the 6-4, and that's fine. Yeah, I just want to protect Jeeves, that's all. Our board's wide, we have 4 cards to work with next turn. It's not super likely to get an AoE buff anymore because we only have Lotus and then Savage Yours left, but I think we're still in a fine spot. I still have a living mana left, or sorry, I still have 2 living mana left in my deck. Okay, main deck's Equality and Aggro Paladin. I actually kept it in his opening hand, it's really funny. I think at least, I may be wrong. Let's look through the Jeeves. Druid of Swarm, those could be really good. Same with Dire Mold, just again, the one attack stat line with high health is really powerful. And it's kind of sweet of him to activate our Nerubian Egg for us, so just gotta say thanks to him for that. Let's go for the full clear with the hero power and just full develop, and we're gonna be in a good spot here. Full clear with the full develop, and it's kind of just like, okay, bounce back from this, buddy. Feel pretty confident about this one now. I feel like with the draw order for the AoE buffs for us, we've actually been really lucky this game because a lot of the times, double called arms, top 15 will just blow you out of the game. For us, though, we've been able to kind of like counter a lot of his, you know, higher mana crystal plays. We countered the Blessing Kings with the Spellbreaker. So that was really good. Fungomancer wasn't insane for him. I feel like if he didn't have Equality, we would have just won the game on the spot off Jeeves, but we're still in a good spot here. Yeah, we're still fine. I mean, you just can't do anything, right? He's playing a 0-2 that does nothing, then a 1-1. That's 4 of his mana this turn, and he's just kind of a sitting duck. Because we're playing around Tareem, and again, that's like his bounce back, but we got marginal Lotus stuff. Gonna hero power down that 1-1, ignore the 0-2, and push 16? A lot of damage. Yeah, 16 damage. And this might be Control Hidden Legend, guys. Day 26 Legend. Smash that bottom right button, buddy, alright? 26 days, boys. You started the season at rank 4 with 1 star, okay? This is the reverse, alright? Last season, I hit first legend on NA. This season, I'm almost the last legend on NA. But, I did it, poggers! Oh, I actually entered really high, wow. There's like 700, 800 legends on NA, something like that. So that's actually not bad. Good stuff though. I'm gonna make a Twitter post now.